Hello, I am Vivek Jambal, and my today's topic is reasonable restriction on Article 19. So let's start our today's topic. The fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India are non-absolute rights. This means that the extent to which these rights could be exercised may be limited by the state. This is where the concept of reasonable restrictions come in. Article 19 of the Constitution deals with freedoms and their respective grounds of restrictions. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो आर्टिकल 19 है उसमें हमें फ्रीडम तो मिली हुई है, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन, फ्रीडम ऑफ मूवमेंट टू एनी ऑफ द टेरिटरी और फ्रीडम ऑफ स्टे इन एनी पर्टिकुलर स्टेट विदाउट एनी आर्म्स. हमें काफी ऐसी फ्रीडम्स मिली हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ हमें रेस्ट्रिक्शंस भी लगाई गई हैं बाय द स्टेट, क्योंकि ये एक पूरी फुल एब्सोल्यूट फ्रीडम हमें नहीं मिली है. अगर ये मिल सकती है तो ह्यूमन बींग्स इसका गलत इस्तेमाल करेंगे, इसलिए इसके ऊपर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाई है बाय द स्टेट. अंडर आर्टिकल 19(1) 6 freedoms have been laid down, namely freedom of speech and expression, second freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form associations and unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory in India, freedom to practice any profession or carry on any occupation, trade or business. So these are the 6 freedoms जो कि हमें फ्रीडम ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं जो उनको फ्रीडम दे रखी है कि वो ये सारी फ्रीडम्स एक फंडामेंटल टाइप्स की फ्रीडम ये एंजॉय कर सकते हैं, पर इनके ऊपर कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस भी हैं जो हम आगे देखेंगे. Corresponding to these 6 freedoms, certain grounds have been mentioned under Article 19(2) and to 19 Clause 6, 19 Clause 6, on which the state may impose reasonable restrictions. So there are certain restrictions which are mentioned in Article 19 Clause 2 to Article 19 Section 19 Clause 6, जिसमें कि हमें restrictions के बारे में बताया गया. It is not necessary that statutes may be enacted exclusively for restricting the freedoms under the restrictive clauses. When a statute enacted by the government restricts these freedoms, such as restrictions have to be reasonable. गवर्नमेंट तभी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा सकती है जबकि रिस्ट्रिक्शंस रीजनेबल है, बल्कि रीजनेबल की डेफिनेशन हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं दी गई है. हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में रीजनेबल की डेफिनेशन बिल्कुल भी कहीं भी नहीं दे रखी है, लेकिन कोर्ट को ये खुद डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा कि ये रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है कि कौन सी रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. However, the term reasonable have not been defined under the Constitution and no tests were laid down either. It is in this regard the role of Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution comes into play. Over time, the Supreme Court has laid down in the plethora of cases various tests and principles with respect to the concept of reasonable restriction. So the idea of a test. Regarding the test to be applied, the Supreme Court in the state of Madras versus G. Rao laid the basic principle, the test of reasonableness whenever prescribed shall be applied to each individual statute emerged, and no abstract or general principle or reasonableness shall be laid down as applicable in all cases. Before discussing the principle relating to reasonable restrictions, it is important to see the provisions as laid in the Constitution. Article 19 Clause 2 states that the government may impose reasonable restrictions upon the freedom of speech and expression in the interest of the following factors. अब मैं कुछ ऐसे फैक्टर्स बताऊंगा जिसमें कि गवर्नमेंट रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा सकती है आर्टिकल 19 क्लॉज 2 के तहत. So these are the certain reasonable restrictions on which government or the state can impose the restrictions on person who is violating these rights. First, sovereignty and integrity of India. Whenever the sovereignty and integrity of India will be harmed or will be infringed by any person, then this Article 19 Clause 2 came into force, and there will be the reasonable restrictions put on the person. Second, the security of state. If the security of state is being infringed or being harmed by any person, then the state will impose reasonable restrictions on the person. Third, friendly relations with foreign states. If any person's act is infringing the relations with, is harming the relations with friendly states, then state may impose these restrictions. Fourth, public order. If the public order is being harmed by any act, then again the state will put the reasonable restrictions on the person. Fifth, decency and morality or in relation to contempt of court. If there is contempt of court or there is indecency in the act or immorality, then the court or the state will impose reasonable restrictions on the person. Sixth is defamation. If any person is defaming to another person, or if any person is saying wrong to another person or degrading the reputation of other person, then state may impose the reasonable restrictions on the person. Seventh, incitement to an offense. If any person inciting other person that do this offense or that do murder or do or kill someone, then these restrictions may apply to that person. Article 19.3 confers to the states with the authority. 19 clause 3 confers to the state with the authority to impose reasonable restrictions under the freedom to assemble peacefully without arms in instance of the following. First, sovereignty and integrity of the state. Second, public order. Article 19 clause 4 states that the government may impose reasonable restrictions upon the freedom to form associations and unions in the interest of first, sovereignty and integrity of India. Second, public order. Third, morality. Article 19 clause 5 grants the government the power to impose reasonable restrictions upon the freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India and the freedom to reside or settle in any part of the territory of India in interest of the following factors. First, in the interest of general public, or second, the protection of interests of any scheduled tribe. Under Article 19 clause 6, the government may impose restrictions upon the freedom to practice any possession in interest of general public, and further, the government may make laws in relation to professional or technical qualifications for practicing any profession, and the government shall not bear from carrying out any business or trade, industry or service. So this is our today's topic. Hope you understand. Thank you.